Welcome back to Timeless Discussions. Today's story is me kind of trying to connect dots. As I do research for my videos, for my book, I start to see patterns and trends within time periods and locations. And this is one that really just, jumped out at me. I go into more detail in the book, but let's talk about, let's give a basic overview of what I'm talking about. So today we're delving into a mystery that blends the paranormal, historical intrigue, and a shadowy government program. The connection between the infamous Hermann Poltergeist case of 1958 and the covert CIA program known as MK Ultra. Could these two seemingly unrelated events be threads of the same dark tapestry? Let's unravel the story together. Now, our journey begins in February 1958 in Seaford, New York, at the home of James and Lucille Hermann. The family's peaceful suburban life was shattered by a series of bizarre and unexplainable events. Now, these events just came out of nowhere and ended out of nowhere. There was no prelude. They didn't just move into a house and the house was haunted or anything like that. They were living in the house for a while and these events just started. Bottles popped open without being touched. Objects flew across rooms, and even the local police were called in to investigate, and the police left scratching their heads. The press quickly dubbed this the Hermann Poltergeist case. Now, skeptics argued it was all the work of the Hermann's youngest son, their teenage son Jimmy, playing pranks. But the family insisted otherwise. Paranormal investigators of the day were also called in to investigate this, and they labeled it a classic poltergeist phenomenon. But what if there's more to this story? And that's what I'm talking about today. To explore the possible connections, we need to step into the shadowy world of MK Ultra. Now, during the height of the Cold War, the CIA launched this top-secret program to study mind control, behavior modification, and psychological manipulation. Officially, MK Ultra began in 1953, but its experiments continued into the early 1970s. Now, the methods used in these experiments were chilling. Heavy drug use like LSD, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and even staged traumatic events. Now, what was the aim? The aim was to break down the human psyche and reprogram it, a weapon against enemies of the state. But what does this have to do with the Hermann family? Well, here's where the dots might connect. During the 1950s, Long Island was home to several government research facilities tied to classified projects, and I've spoke about a few of these. These include Brookhaven National Laboratories, also include Plum Island Facility, the animal disease research facility on Plum Island, and also Camp Hero in Montauk. I did a story on that about the Montauk boys. Now, some researchers suggest that MK Ultra experiments extended beyond the labs and into field tests targeting unsuspecting civilians. So the question is, what if the Hermann family's haunting was a covert psychological experiment? Imagine this: the staged poltergeist phenomena designed to observe the family's reaction to fear and confusion, the flying objects, the popping bottles. Could these have been engineered using electromagnetic pulses or hidden mechanisms? Now, MK Ultra's architects were obsessed with studying fear and stress because they believed that extreme psychological conditions could break down mental defenses, making subjects more susceptible to manipulation. By creating an environment of unrelenting fear like the one experienced by the Hermanns, researchers could test the limits of the human resilience. So one has to ask, why does this theory matter? Well, if the Hermann case was part of MK Ultra, it changes how we view not only this story, but countless other paranormal events of the era. How many unexplained phenomena could be traced back to government experiments? And most importantly, what does this say about the ethical boundaries crossed in the name of national security. While we may never know the full truth, the questions raised by this theory are worth exploring. Was the Hermann Poltergeist a supernatural event, a family hoax, or something far more sinister, orchestrated by the government? The answer lies buried in history and perhaps in the shadows. Well, thank you for joining me on this deep dive into one of history's strangest intersections. If you found this story intriguing, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more episodes of Timeless Discussions. As always, please share your theories in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think about this stuff. And let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay curious. Take care.